In this video, I'm going to show you what to focus on to get out of Iron or any other low rating as quickly as possible. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is CurryShot and I've been a professional coach in esports for the last 10 years. Let's get right into this video. Okay, so what we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to be looking at this Viper VOD review. This guy is an Iron and he's trying to improve at the game. So many people think that like, hey, I need to aim train, I need to do this, I need to do that to get better. And they try to analyze their own problems. The way I can compare to this is if someone gets sick and they start Googling their symptoms and suddenly they're like, oh, I have herpes, like out of nowhere. That's what they're doing, right? They don't actually know what they need to look for. So I'm going to go ahead and play out this first round so I can tell you what they need to go ahead and work on. So as this round plays out, you'll see that Viper's going to go ahead and push with her team. They're going to go ahead and 5-man here, which is okay-ish, but you should always be wary of the flank, especially if you don't have like a sentinel on your team, so you should always be aware of that. Our Viper's going to go ahead and get 2 quick kills here, and now her team is going to go ahead and flood the site, and they're going to be put in a 3v1 scenario. So this is where the real problems start, and you might be wondering, there's no way they lose this game, right? Or sorry, this round, right? Well, yeah, this is the problem. This is the Iron behavior starting to come out. So they're going to go ahead and plant the bomb, right? And then our Viper is going to go scavenging for guns, trying to get an upgrade on her weapon. They had no information where Yoru was. Yoru is now flanking because they killed the Sova. And instead of taking the 3v1 on the person flanking, our Viper is going to go ahead and still look for guns, right? So as a result of this, 2 people die, and now the Viper's left in a 1 versus 1 scenario. They get wide swung, they end up losing the round. A 3v1 scenario is lost. And now this is the point I'm trying to make. It does not matter how many times you aim train, how much Kovacs you do, it doesn't matter. If these are the problems that you're having, you can't just say, hey, I needed to get more consistent at aim and then try and type up an advice thread because that's what you think you need to work on. That's not going to help you at all, right? It's these basic fundamentals that this Viper needs to work on. And now I'm going to go ahead and play out more of these rounds so I can show you what I mean. So, like, to give you another fundamental example of what this Viper like was having as an issue, right? So as we'll go out into the other rounds, you'll see that this Yoru is flanking 3 times in a row. This is the next round. He gets flanked from B main, right? And then we're going to go to the next round. Does Yoru flank again? Let us see. Let us find out. He does. He flanks right now. You'll see it on the minimap. He's going to flank and kill, I think, our Sky, I believe. No, he kills the Sova, right? Yoru's flanking again, so they're completely unaware of this tendency that they're having, and they're not punishing this Yoru for making a stupid play, right? What they should be doing as a result of this Yoru flanking is they should not have this herd mentality and stick together and try and like kind of like lurk or default out and try and catch that guy out. So he can't just like fast flank every single round, right? He needs to punish this Yoru, and they need to try and make their own plays rather than being scared and having this herd mentality, as you might have seen in my last video. So our Viper's team tried to attack A 3 rounds in a row, and now they're going to choose to go ahead and go to B, and they know that this Yoru fast flank 3 rounds in a row. They should expect he should be holding a close angle. Now, this is the other mistake I see a lot of these Iron players making, is they don't ever pre-aim common angles. You should always consider common angles, and what I mean by that is this Viper's going to go ahead and put down her wall. Whenever you swing a corner, your crosshair should always be either here, right? And you can peek 1 angle at a time. You can slow peek here to clear that, then you can go ahead and slow peek directly forward to go ahead and clear all of yellow, and that's really how you want to go ahead and peek angles, right? But our Viper is slowly peeking a wall here. He sees him, actually. I guess he just doesn't realize he sees him, and his crosshair's on the wall, right? Nothing's gonna just pop out of the wall and like goes through it, right? So you need to go ahead and have your crosshair on a common angle whenever you're swinging at all times. This is why off angles sometimes get a lot of value in higher ratings, because most people are like looking at common angles, but they're a lot riskier since you're out in the open. So that's kind of like the trade-off, but at the same time, in lower ratings, you should always have your crosshair at a common angle. So again, just to be specific, these are the common angles that I'm talking about for this specific part of the map, okay? So let's go ahead and look at another round. I'm just actually going to show you what happens here, just so you know. He goes ahead and dies, and then everyone's like, where is he, right? And they kill 3 people here on the B side. So Yoru swings out again, and now he gets caught off, and he does a little bit more damage, but he gets so much value from this position, and it's because a majority of the players, not just the viewer in question, right, the player in question right now, but everyone on his team at the same rating is not looking at a common angle, so this gets a lot of value. Let's go ahead and look at another fundamental mistake. So I want to go ahead and take a look at this round, and it's one of many rounds that really highlights that Iron players and any other lesser experienced ratings, they don't really understand their role and the implications that it has, such as like utility usage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like, for instance, in this example, Viper has to be the one that's lurking and punishing the defaults, as I stated before, but she also is not using her orb to deny information mid. She's using these type of walls that cut sight like this, and why this is bad is because they create little cubbies where they can play around their Viper wall. The defenders can play around this attacking Viper's wall, and it's really hard to go ahead and hit the site because they can be hiding behind it, and if you push through your own Viper wall or they flash out of it or something like that, it can be very, very devastating for the attackers. So they don't really understand the way to use their util, and this just comes with like putting in the work and understanding, like taking the time to like really study utility usage and understanding like what that means, right? And you can, you know, look at some of my other videos where I do really like break down ability usage for like every single role, and then you'll see that there are like certain things that are really easy to learn, quick to learn, but people just don't want to take the time and they don't understand why something's bad. So like for instance here in the Viper wall right there, right? Someone could literally be hiding in this corner maze, and then as soon as the Viper wall drops, they can get caught off guard, they can have a good retake with flashes. It's going to be very, very hard. So knowing that they need to wall screens instead and just have like a clear-cut wall, really good. Same with B, clear-cut wall going towards the B side to cut it in half. So these are the type of implications you have to really think about when it comes to utility usage. So now let's go ahead and take a look at another round, which is going to be massive in terms of like the points I'm trying to make, again, when it relates to game sense. And now this is the final round I want to look at because it's the most important thing you need to do to actually climb in ranked. And it's why a lot of these Iron players stay Iron for many months on end. And that is understanding how to improve your game sense. And the way to do that is to watch players. And I just want to look at this final round to show you exactly what I mean, okay? So our Viper's going to go ahead and ult A here, and she has this like weird wall setup that just like she's putting out at the end, like at the start of the round. This round already started and now they're deciding to do it. And they're going to go ahead and Viper ult here. Why this Viper ult? It sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. You should never do this. Is because they can always go above you, and he's playing so close right now when they have a Sova. The reason why this is bad is because he's not communicating to his team. Someone break the dart, someone break the drone for me, right? Because if he's playing this close and they decide to Sova drone and maybe one person goes above him, he's gonna die. They don't see the bigger picture and they don't understand the big like game sense value to this game. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that in showing you how a pro Viper plays from this VOD right here and show you the difference. If they did watch VODs and they did want to improve their game sense, look at how this LG's Viper goes ahead and ults here. They go ahead and ult top 410 here, and look how far this ultimate goes. It goes all the way to front jail, front side, right? And now if they try and go up top right now, they're gonna hit this top side of the Viper ult, right? They can't go ahead and go up top. Viper will be able to see them. They'll grow red because they're in her ultimate. So that is what I mean. That is the big picture that a lot of these Iron players are missing. And if you do want to go ahead and you are serious about improving, check out my other videos, and especially the longer ones, because I guarantee that they will help you improve in ranked. I'll see you in the next video. Like and comment for the YouTube algorithm.